there are also people in our world who have seen or had experience with the underworld. So today I also like to share two. So one is the famous story of Jahn Teigen. So Jahn Teigen was a famous Chinese philologist, philosopher, and a revolutionary, also a devout Buddhist himself. So he was born during the period of the late Qing dynasty and in the period of the Republic of China. So during that time, because of his outspoken character, he was put into house arrest by Yuan Shikai, who was then the president of the Republic of China. So he put Jahn Teigen into house arrest at a temple called Longquan in Beijing. And it was during that time his interest in Buddhism really grew. And it was also during his imprisonment that he had an experience of being the judge in the underworld. So what happened was that one night after Jahn Teigen had dinner, he fell into sleep. And during his sleep, he saw that two ghosts came to pick him up with a sedan chair, and they claimed that Emperor Dongyue invited him. So later we'll learn that Emperor Dongyue also governs the dead, so he can be seen as a judge under the governance of Lord Yama. So in the underworld, there are also many judges in many courts, and not only one court and one judge. Like similar in our world, we have the Supreme Court of Federal. So after Jahn Teigen got on the sedan chair, the little ghosts carried the sedan chair like flying, and they arrived at Emperor Dongyue's palace like lightning. And when they arrived at Emperor Dongyue's palace, he was hired as a judge. And ever since then, every evening after he fell asleep, he would go to the underworld. So his consciousness will be transported to the underworld to become judge of the underworld. And after a few months, he became very familiar with the underworld. And one day, Jahn Teigen thought that the punishments of iron beds and copper pillars in the hell realm are too cruel, and he thought he should abolish those punishments. And he went to Emperor Dongyue and told him about it. Emperor Dongyue just smiled and asked two ghosts to take him to see where the punishments are. So after walking for a while, they arrived at a place, and the two ghosts pointed out to him, "These are where the punishments are carried out." And Jahn Teigen couldn't see anything. And it dawned on him that exactly like what the Buddhist sutra says, that all these punishments were manifestations of the people's karma, the karma of good and evil. So it was not because other people enforced. So after working in the underworld for a few months, Jahn Teigen also felt quite exhausted. He had to work day and night. So he wrote a resignation letter on a yellow paper and burned it. And after that, the two ghosts did not come to pick him up, so he quit his part-time job in the underworld. Jahn Teigen's appointment as the judge of the underworld was not revealed to the public when he was alive, but he wrote them down in a private letter where he discussed with a venerable monk at that time. And there is no reason for Jahn Teigen to lie due to his noble character, and also he did not review those letters when he was alive, so it was not like he wanted to seek fame or anything.